Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight as we just finished watching the WWE Royal Rumble of 2024. Cody Rhodes has basically done what we all thought he was going to do. He's going to WrestleMania. He will no doubt challenge Roman Reigns, and he will be able to go on and finish his story. This match basically all came down to him and CM Punk, the two that we only thought had a chance to basically win this thing. I honestly put out there that I thought Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre would finish out the final four. We ended up not getting Jey Uso in there. It ended up being Gunther. Gunther, the longtime Intercontinental Champion. He deserves to be there. Honestly, really, really cool. Really, really good match. I was pumped that I was able to get to see this. Of course, tomorrow is going to be a big day with the NFC and AFC Championship game. My chance for my 49ers to go to the Super Bowl. To me, honestly, this Royal Rumble, you had the one early surprise of Andrade coming back from his time at AEW. They said he was gone about 3.5 years. Mr. Ric Flair is back in the company, it looks like. No real surprises in the men's match. Like in the TNA match, in the women's match, we had two names from TNA. Naomi, who is still working with TNA, and Jordan Grace, the Knockouts champion as of right now. I guess it's not well known if Naomi's going to be coming back and she just has to finish up what she's doing, or maybe she's just an all-out free agent and she's just did this one thing tonight. But she had a hell of a match. I don't know if it was her coming out party, basically saying screw you to WWE for letting her and Sasha Banks walk years ago, but basically an hour and 2 minutes. But I'll tell you the truth, I didn't watch a ton of the women's match. I watched it, but with no audio. But the men's match is basically what I wanted to focus on more than anything else. Cody Rhodes getting the win. No doubt he's going to be going after Roman Reigns. CM Punk, looks like he's going to be going after Seth Rollins, the match that we all thought we wanted to see. So even though that Punk doesn't get the win, no doubt he's going to be in a big match at WrestleMania going after a championship. He just needs Seth to heal up, get better from his injury, and go from there. Match started with hell of a firework show. I'm sorry, let's start from the beginning. Match started with hell of a fireworks show there with Jimmy and Jey Uso coming out number 1 and 2, reminiscent of a very early Royal Rumble moment with Demolition coming out number 1 and 2. Demolition drew the numbers in the back. Said it was going to be a long night, but no way in the world that we think that we're going to come out number 1 and 2, fight each other, and then basically Andre the Giant came out, and they had to fight. I think Andre ended up throwing out Axe. Smash ended up going a little bit longer into the match, if I remember right. But Jimmy and Jey went at it big time off the beginning part of this match. And both of them went way longer, way deep into this match. Definitely Jimmy got dropped out. Probably he's one of the last 10 competitors, I would guess. Both of them, they drew long numbers in there. I really thought Jey was going to be in that final four. Grayson Waller came out. He basically tried to turn this into a Jerry Springer episode where he tried to turn it into his talk show, but the fight ended up being brought to him. Andrade came out number 4, making his return from AEW. Carmelo Hayes came out number 5, where he made the first elimination of Grayson Waller. Shinsuke Nakamura came out number 6. He was greeted by Pat McAfee on the announce table, trying to do the old school dance, and Corey Graves and Michael Cole were trying to warn him that he hadn't been around in a while, and Nakamura wasn't really the same guy as when he left. Santos Escobar came out number 7, one guy that I was really looking to have one hell of a run with this heel persona and him getting wins on SmackDown. Didn't really turn out to be what I thought it was going to be. But I think Santos is a guy that's going to be a force, and definitely not going to be a championship contender, but can find himself if Gunther ever decides to drop that Intercontinental title. A guy that could be having that. Karrion Kross came out number 8. Dirty Dom was number 9. One hell of a showing from him. Carlito was number 10, going right after Santos Escobar, eliminating him, getting into a deal where he actually chewed up the apple old school style that he pulled out of his sack and spit it in his face. Ludwig Kaiser was number 12. Austin Theory, the future of WWE, number 13. Finn Balor came out number 14. He is a guy, honestly, that I thought the world of. He won the championship back in 2016. Definitely when he came to NXT, he looked like he was going to be a surefire WWE Hall of Famer, a multi-time champion that was going to carry in the new breed. You can go back a few years back when they did the Raw 30 celebration, where they had the 2 different shows. It ended with the Balor Club meeting DX and Scott Hall and Ric Flair inside of the ring. And I really thought that was like Triple H, because he took care of that part of the show. Triple H saying, this is the guy. This is the guy that's going to be the main deal. This is the guy that I'm trying to put the exclamation point on. Now he's just like second banana in Judgment Day. When that first really get started running, he was like the championship contender. Him and... oh, shoot. Did I just get hit by lightning? Damian Priest. They were fighting over who was going to be the champion of the group. And now it looks like he's just like been okay with falling to the back of the pack. Cody Rhodes came out number 15. Bronson Reed, number 16. Followed by Kofi Kingston, wrestling in his drawers at number 17. Gunther came out number 18. Ivar. I'm really surprised that Ivar didn't get any eliminations, because he looked like a beast in this Rumble. He was moving around, didn't get nobody. And then surprise of the night, Braun Breaker. What a way to debut him. Hopefully he's being moved up to the main roster. I don't care if it's Raw. I don't care if it's SmackDown. This guy was hitting spears. He ended up getting 4 eliminations. Of the eliminations he got Ivar. He got Finn Balor, Braun Breaker. Where else? Omos, the Giant. That was probably the biggest one. That was a really big surprise. I don't know what they're doing with him. He ended up coming out number 21. I mean, the guy could be something big, but I think what really kills more than anything else is they have to find a way to put him on TV each and every week. He's not a guy that they can kind of hide, and I think that's how he kind of gets lost in the shuffle. But what he was supposed to be and what he is are 2 separate things. Pat McAfee was number 22. He ended up deciding that he was not going to continue on in the Rumble. He just sort of got in the ring and then jumped out right after that. JD McDonough, he ended up coming down. He came down at the wrong time because Braun Breaker had been eliminated by Dirty Dom. He couldn't go back into the ring to go after Dirty Dom, so he just took out his aggressions on JD McDonough, hitting him with a spear on his way out, and then was greeted by R-Truth coming down at number 24, saying that JD needed to get it in the match, and it basically picked him up off the ground, threw him into there where he was basically eliminated the second he hit the ring. R-Truth ended up getting in the ring, and he's able to keep it up for a while. Had one hell of a spot where he got the hot tag from Dirty Dom. Probably a moment that we're all going to remember, much like where he thought the Royal Rumble was a Money in the Bank, and he came running down with the ladder to climb up to the top. Something I'll always remember. The Miz came out number 25, followed by Damian Priest at number 26, who came in right away, and he ended up throwing out R-Truth in disgust of trying to get him away from the Judgment Day. CM Punk was number 27. Ricochet was number 28. Drew McIntyre was number 29. And somewhere in there, I really messed up the numbers in my head. I guess I couldn't read the screen. I thought Drew was 30 and was the last one, and I was already starting to cross off. No Rock, no Cena, no Hogan, no Gable Stevenson, no real surprises in this Rumble. And then to my surprise, when they all started counting again, trying to get my bearings straight, trying to figure out what was going on, and it ended up being Sami Zayn coming down at number 30. They all took the fight out there. Ricochet was out there late, but he also drew a late number, so I don't really know what it means for that guy. Another guy that I thought that, once he got to the main roster was going to be one hell of a big deal. Remember that Super Bowl Heat where they did the six-man tag from NXT? Ricochet was one of the dudes in there that they made look real strong. I thought he was going to be a big deal once he hit the main roster. But it all came down. I don't know when it started. Basically, I remember watching the Royal Rumble when I was always growing up, and it was like they would kind of pause and stop to acknowledge the final four, where everybody took a breath and was like, okay, we're going to get this back on track. We're going to get this going. But then normally, once number 3 was eliminated, the winner always, basically eliminated the number 2 guy pretty fast. But I think it was around the first time I remember where it started turning into its own match was when Shawn Michaels and Undertaker were the final 2. And ever since then, it's always turned into the Royal Rumble, and then it just turns into almost like another singles match. This year, it came down to Punk versus Cody Rhodes. I think it's almost, well, there was some fringe votes because there was a lot of people who thought The Rock was going to win this, and he was going to be in the Rumble and challenge Roman at WrestleMania 40. So that might have split it a little bit, but I think 50-50 almost. People were picking Punk because of his return and Cody Rhodes. Punk showed a little bit of emotion in this match that basically cost it. They were fighting around. Cody hit the crossroads. Punk hit the GTS. And then basically just yelled at the camera that he didn't go away 10 years to come back and lose to Dusty's son. A lot of people are going to look at that. I know that Punk and Cody, they aren't the most bestest friends in the world. But a lot of people are probably going to look at the fact that that's more like a heel moment from CM Punk and maybe what are his intentions. That was kind of like what I was looking at when I picked the final 4. When they normally go 2-2, I was picking Cody, I was picking Jay, I picked Punk, and I picked Drew because I thought Drew could have called out to Cody that Jay was going to turn on them, basically make you think that Jay was a heel in that moment, and Drew's always thinking that the bloodline's still running through there, and they're just trying to set everybody up in the long run, and that's the reason why he came to Monday Night Raw. I don't know if it's like a spy or something like that, but Drew hasn't been able to believe in what's going on, but he still thinks that he's going to be able to finish his story somehow. So Cody gets the win. I'm really surprised that he went back-to-back. Going to be one hell of a WrestleMania with him and Roman. He's got to get the win. I don't care about the Hulk Hogan record. I don't care about anything else. Cody's got to get it done so we can move on and we can start running with Cody Rhodes as being the main guy in WWE. And then we can just have those fringe moments of title changes on pay-per-views, on Raws, and then we can get back to the way we've always been doing this, because the Roman run has been forever. One hell of a run, but long. Peace out.